welcome to the Purls podcast. This is episode
88.
88. This is a knitting podcast, fiber arts podcast. We are coming to you from right outside New Orleans, Louisiana, and we are super glad that you're joining us today. I'm going to say this at the front of the episode. Thank you to all new viewers, and a big thank you to everybody who comes back and watches us every time. We really appreciate it, and we love you guys. And we're here to talk about some knitting. So, you want to talk about our current knit along, or should we introduce ourselves first?
I think we should tell people who we are.
Blew right on past that, didn't I? I am Robin.
I'm Mary.
You can find me as Teenybutton on Instagram and Ravelry, and you can find my hand-dyed yarns at teenybuttonstudio.com.
And on Ravelry, I am Snippin' Full, and on Instagram, I am Cherry Purls Mary.
And we have a podcast group. It is Cherry Purls Podcast on Ravelry. It's linked down below, and that is where you can find the show notes for this podcast, as well as links to everything we're going to talk about.
Previous podcasts, all that.
And links to our current knit-along, which is a good segue for you to now talk about our knit-along.
Sure. We are currently co-hosting a knit-along with Stephanie of the Yarn Nerd Podcast. I don't know why I can't talk tonight.
The Yarn Nerd.
Yarn Nerd Podcast. She has obviously a podcast as well as a group on Ravelry. And this is the one cow to rule them all knit-along. The cow. And what we are doing is we are celebrating Frodo and Bilbo's birthdays, which is September 22nd. And so all the month of September, we are knitting things that are Lord of the Rings related. To be eligible for prizes, you need to knit something that references Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit in either colorway or pattern. And as we mentioned last podcast, there is a Ravelry group that does Lord of the Rings, and they have a humongous list of patterns that probably would qualify, and go check out over there, as well as there are tons of wonderful dyers who knit colorways that are Lord of the Rings or Hobbit inspired.
Yes.
The cow runs the entire month of September, and we are prizes will be given in both our podcast group and Stephanie's. So make sure you go over and check her out. We'll have that linked in the show notes. You can use works in progress as long as they are no more than 50% completed prior to the beginning of the knit-along, which was September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, you need to be a member of the podcast group in order to be eligible for a prize. Did I leave anything out?
I think you're good.
All right. So come and join us.
If you have a question as to whether or not your pattern counts for the knit-along, you can leave a message in the group or ask one of us or ask Stephanie. We can tell you yes or no.
That sounds good. And we have a chatter and a finished object thread in our group. So
yes.
Come over and either talk or show your finished objects. We will be giving prizes in both. So even if you don't complete something during the cow, you still could possibly win a prize in the chatter thread.
Woohoo! We are moving on. We are going to be at the Fiber Fun in the Sep Festival, which is going to be in Vicksburg, Mississippi at the Vicksburg Convention Center. And that is in 2 weeks, just about, huh?
Mm-hmm. September
21st and 22nd.
Okay, I was thinking 21st, 22nd, but I wasn't positive.
It's Friday and Saturday. We will be vending. I don't have the booth number on me at the moment, but the vendor map is up. So
you are towards the front.
We're next to Rick at Whimsy Stitches.
Yeah,
so I know that.
I'm not sure exactly which door is going to be the actual main entrance door. You are near an entrance door, but they don't have it marked on the map which one is the main entrance door.
We'll be there. Come find us.
Yeah,
so,
come over and say hey.
Yeah, it should be fun. There's a lot of vendors. I think we say this every time, but there's a lot of vendors from DFW, so there's a lot of familiar faces. And if you can't make it to DFW, this is a good way to find some of those vendors.
Yeah, a lot of really great people.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people that we've never heard of before, so I'm interested to see what they offer.
Yep. One more quick thing. I had a lot of questions. People ask me where I got the little shirt I was wearing last week. And I've answered it in the Ravelry group for people who asked, but it is from Hot Topic, actually, and it's a little crop top. So if you saw it and you liked it, I think they're doing 30% off this weekend, but I could be wrong. I don't usually shop from there. But I saw somebody else had it, so I bought it, and now I'm sharing it with you guys. So if you like Harry Potter and you like cute little shirts, that's where I got it. So
yep, you're wearing another Harry Potter.
Oh, I am. Don't let the muggles get you down. So this one's from Torrid, but usually my stuff is Harry Potter themed stuff is from Torrid because they have a really good.
They have a lot.
Yeah, I think they're actually owned by the same parent company.
I have no clue, but that would make sense. They just seem to have a similar aesthetic.
Yeah. So either way, that's where I got it, in case you like it and you want to get one too. So I think we're ready to move on to finished projects.
Sounds good.
You go first.
Okay. Well, as if you watched the last podcast, you heard me talk about how I was knitting a lot of hats because I was feeling a bit stressed because I was in the boot. I am now out of the boot.
Woo!
But I did have more hats while I was booted. So these are more hats that will either be donated to Hats for Kiddos or to the oncology department over where I go to my doctor. So they're in multiple types of yarn. So this one is Baby Sweet Delight in pink. So that's obviously for Hats for Kiddos. This one is Loops and Threads Impeccable in Amethyst. And this one is two. This one is the Waffle Pattern by Gail Babel. If I don't mention what the pattern is, it's just a basic hat that I knit where I just cast on a certain number of stitches and knit.
It is the size that it is.
Yeah, it is the size that it is, and then I just knit a bunch of, stockinette, and then I decrease. This is the last of the Karen Simply Solids soft ombres in the gold. Which I still do not understand how that's gold. And then this is Karen Simply Solid in teal. And then
that's an interesting pattern.
This is the same yarn. This is one of my patterns. This is the Marguerite Ann pattern. This is a really great pattern for chemo patients. So that's what this one is. So yeah, so this may be the end of my significant hat knitting for a while. I do have a hat that's on the needles that I leave in the car. So, but anyway, yeah, I am moving on from hats, kind of, sort of, because Robin has a hat pattern that she's working on, and I am test knitting it for her.
I haven't decided. I think whenever it's published, it'll be like $2 because it's not very complicated. But I wanted to sample knit out of one of my mini skein sets, so it's uses a mini skein set. So
yeah, and I'm still in the cast on, so
that,
that's why I didn't bring it.
Yeah, I can't believe you never did a German twisted cast on before.
Yeah, this is my first time doing a German twisted cast on.
That's the one I like for hats and for top down socks.
See, I don't have a problem with just a regular long tail.
Yeah,
I find mine's plenty stretchy. I mean, that's what all these are. And, I mean, that's a lot of stretch. So I don't feel the need to add the extra twist in.
Yeah, it just makes me feel better, especially with the top-down socks, because I was having trouble with the
I get it on
cuff.
top-down socks. Top-down socks.
Top-down.
I'm not hot today.
Yeah. We record at night so that we're, like, fully awake to be able to
because
we
are night owls.
We're not morning people,
but that doesn't mean I can talk.
It doesn't mean that we're what's the word I'm looking for? Coherent. There we go.
No, I'm coherent. I just can't talk.
So I have one finished object. Yes,
this trying to find the right side.
So this is my Birds of a Feather shawl. This is a pattern by Angier Mallory, and it is very large. So I started this before SSK, but I kind of worked on it intermittently. But really, this was mostly what I worked on this week. But
you very much enjoyed it.
It's a great pattern. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping. I kind of want to knit like.
Did you measure what this top edge was, out of curiosity?
Long.
I don't see that on a tape measure.
I used my own yarn, so this is Teenybutton Studio. The main color is on my solo base, which is a single ply.
So that would be this?
Yes, and it is the Ghost Tour colorway. That's this kind of cream with purple speckles. And then the greenish blue, or the bluish green, it's more of a green than a blue. That is my Audubon colorway, and that is on my Lofty Lace, which is a mohair silk base.
So if you hold it to the side, you can see the
halo.
Yeah,
I don't know if that actually helps. I love it. I love it so much.
Every time I see halo, I hear Beyonce.
Yeah, now I'm going to start doing that too.
I thought everybody did that.
Yeah. So, it was a great knit. A lot of people have knit it. I probably will knit it again, but not anytime soon, just because I kind of want to do something different. I have like,
But you did enjoy it enough to knit it again.
yeah, I really did. But I think next I want to knit a shawl out of my stash instead of doing another sample shawl, just because I have a lot of yarn that I've bought shawls for that I now need to actually knit up so that the shawls actually get knitted. So that's what's next. But I really enjoyed this one, and it's a good size. So, ooh, it smells so good. I love Tuft Woolens. I use their sock soap, but the only thing is that the mohair sometimes gets up my nose, which is kind of,
Itchy.
gross. Yeah, but it's okay. It's one of the hazards of knitting with mohair. But I really love it. I like the construction. It's very, very interesting. But it's not one of those fun shawls where, like, you start decreasing. I like shawls where you decrease because then it's like, man, I have less stitches every time. So you feel like
Andrea was saying, no, none of that.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed this.
You still enjoyed it anyway.
Mm-hmm. So that is my one finished object for this week.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. My second finished object is the pattern that I decided to work on, or the project I decided to work on for the knit-along. So these are my Ravenhill mitts.
So you're done with the knit-along on day 7,
I'm done with the knit-along. Well, I knew I wanted to knit something fast. So, make sure these are gone. So this has a beautiful pattern on the front. These are by Ray. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right. Ray Gronmark, I think.
Gronmark, yeah.
Gronmark.
Gronmark.
And the yarn is Madeline Tosh Sock in Blue Bonnet Highway. So,
are they blocked yet?
I don't ever block my mitts.
Oh, well, I thought you had those mitt blockers. Isn't that what those are for? Or are those for photos?
I don't know. I forget about them. I knew that was one of my Christmas presents last year, and I forget about them. I did do a couple of modifications on the pattern. Ray originally has in her pattern where you do the patterning on the palm. When you have slip stitches like this and you've got stitches that are kind of loose and not woven in, I'm not real comfortable having those on the palm just in case I feel like they could get caught on things. So I changed the palms of both the mitts to stockinette, which meant that I had to have a left and a right. So in her pattern, they're interchangeable. There is no left or right. And I also added ribbing to the top because I like to have ribbing. It's something that I can fold down if I want to, or have longer if I want to keep my hands warmer. So I made that modification as well.
That's a smart idea.
Well, it's just kind of my thing. I like a longer mitt anyway, and she had it ending right at, would have been right here where you did the cast off, and I'd like that to be a little longer. Mm-hmm. So, and then I think I made the cuff a little longer. But it was a really nice pattern. I enjoyed knitting it, and I thought they were a lot of fun because I love me a slip stitch. So it makes a really cute pattern. So I'm finished with the knit along.
How much yarn do you have left?
Quite a bit. I haven't weighed these yet. I will weigh them and put it on my project page in case you're interested. But I have quite a bit of it left.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to use it for something else, I think I could,
Is it a sock yarn? It's Mad Tosh.
Mad Tosh sock.
Yeah, but they have one sock that's 100% merino. Is it Euro sock?
I don't know. But no, that's got nylon in it. I'm sure. So I might even be able to get a pair of socks out of it.
You should. Socks are awesome.
Well, socks are, but I've got so much self-striping that if I'm going to knit socks, I want to have my stripy socks.
Yeah.
I mean, I can use that in some other project. So now we're going to work in progress?
My brain, like, I put this on the sock blocker, and I'm like, why does it look like that? It was because it was upside down.
I don't have any works in progress.
What?
Well, I finished those, and then Robin is, I mentioned it earlier, I'm working on a hat for Robin, and I'm still in the cast on. So, I mean,
you could show your
20 stitches on a needle is kind of goofy. So, yeah. That's
okay. I only have 2 whips this week, so we're kind of light on the whips. But
it is what it is.
It happens.
I mean, my things were quick. So, and I haven't worked on your crossbar. I know, it was coming to me. I haven't worked on the crossbar because I usually work on that when we go to knit group, but I hadn't been to knit group lately. And there's something else I want to say. Oh, and I'm going to start a fading point, but I'm working on that hat first. So those are coming. It's just
eventually. Stay tuned.
They haven't come.
Yeah. So I have some whips that I will share now. So this is my 1 cal to rule them all.
Your project.
Yeah. Project. I was trying to make sure I got the hashtag right, and I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right, but that is right.
It is right.
So these are actually socks that I started last September for Bilbo and Frodo's birthday. And I got to like this point. No, I got to like this point, and then I promptly lost the mini skein that I was using. So whenever I picked these back up, I ripped back past the heel because I didn't have the mini skein to continue with the heel and toe on the second sock. So I used the mini skein from the heel for the toe of the second sock. So it's all good. We're all good. But the yarn is Hey Holly Ho Hum. It is her 7525 base. I don't know if she has a name for it. But it'll be in the show notes.
If she does, I'll look it up and put it in the show notes.
It's been a while since I bought this yarn. The main colorway is 11D1 years. And the toe is halfling leaf.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. I need to put that in the show notes.
Then the pattern is actually my own pattern, and this is actually the prototype for the texture pattern. It is the Forbidden Forest Socks by Robin Rubens, which is me. So I am pretty fond of this pattern. It's got like a weaving rib in the back, so it's really stretchy over your calf because the texture pattern kind of pulls it in. Yeah, I'm knitting the medium large size, which is 68 stitches. So that is the first sock done. And this is how much I have done of the second sock. And look how cute that little pipe Progress Keeper is. It came with the set, so I can't take credit for putting that together, but it's so cute. So that's what it looks like. It's very autumnal, very late summer to me. So I'm really enjoying it. Not really a whole lot to say about it. I do wish I had the mini skein because I think it'd look really cute with the heel in that kind of taupey kind of brown as well, but I
do like how the heel's looking, though.
Yeah, the heel's cool.
Is this your typical heel?
Yeah, it's my Fish Lips Kiss heel.
I love me a Fish Lips Kiss heel.
It's easy, it's simple, I can do it in my sleep, and I know it fits. So, I will do Fish Lips Kiss.
I'm going to sneak in one night and watch you knit in your sleep.
Fish Lips Kiss heels forever, because they're amazing. So, I'm getting kind of close, halfway maybe.
So, yeah.
But, you know. And this is good TV knitting for me, because it's kind of self-explanatory once you realize how the texture lines up. And then the ribbing pattern is super easy too. So, as far as pattern socks go, it's not very complicated. So, that is my first whip.
Alrighty.
My second whip is actually something that you haven't seen.
I've heard about it.
Yes. I really hope it's in this bag, because I grabbed this bag. Okay, yeah, we're good. So
it's a mystery bag.
I knew it was in one of my Harry Potter bags, and I only have like 16 of them, so I knew it had to be one of the 16. This is a pair of mittens. Actually, no, this is just one mitten. But it
will be a pair at one point.
Yes.
You want to say what the yarn is?
Yeah, we didn't put the stupid thing.
You didn't tell me the colors.
I didn't know the stupid thing.
Knit Picks Palette.
Knit Picks Palette. Finley Heather? Maybe?
You don't have the ball bands?
No, why would I keep the ball bands? That'd be really smart. So it'll be in the show notes. It's a green and it is silver.
Do you know where the ball bands are? Then how am I going to put it in the show notes?
It's my project page.
Oh, okay. It's on your project
Thank goodness
page.
For Ravelry.
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't do project pages until
Not
later.
if it's like my Progress Keeper fell off. Oh well.
You do them later.
Yeah,
but
I do
you
them
don't
later.
necessarily do them on the front end.
We're good now. Plus, it's in the Knit Picks order.
I
showed it on the podcast whenever we got them in.
Uh-huh.
So this is the OWL mittens, and again, I'm a slacker. I don't have the designer name, but it is from the Interweave Press unofficial Harry Potter knits thing.
Be in the show notes.
Be in the show notes. Yeah. So this is a really uninteresting whip. Look at it. That says Expecto.
Oh, yeah, you can see what's coming.
Yeah. So I took a colorwork class with Kirsten Kapoor at SSK. And it was a couple of weeks past that, and I could feel the information leaking out of my head like I could just feel it, that I was
You
forgetting what she taught
You
me.
hadn't used it.
Because I hadn't used it, and I couldn't find the project that she had us work on in class because I was gonna go ahead and make those, and then after I started these, I found it because that's the way my life works, I guess.
In another one of your Harry Potter bags?
It was not. It was actually in my SSK bag, which should have been the first place I looked, but we don't always do what's the smartest thing.
That would make sense.
So, since you can't see what this is supposed to look like, this is the front. This is the back of the mitt. So this is gonna have little owls on branches. Those are owls, trust me.
So it's the bottom of your owl.
Yeah, and then the
Palm?
Thank you. You're much better at words today than I am.
No, I'm not.
The palm has spells written out on it. So it has expecto, incendio, reducto, expecto for expecto patronum, and a couple other ones. And stupefy is one of them. But they're different on each of the palms, which is really cute. So
one palm will have one set of spells and the other palm has another set?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm a little concerned my gauge is a little bit loose, but they fit okay. And I'm more worried about them being too tight than being too big, but they may end up being really big.
Yeah, but you're pulling on them. They're not going to be,
Yeah.
I mean, don't pull on it. Just leave it. Yeah, no, it's going to be fine.
Well, no, whenever you look at how this, like, because that's ribbing, it's going to pull in, but, like,
You're going to be fine.
worst comes to
It's
worst.
going to be fine.
Worst comes to worst, this is a non-superwash, so I could felt it just a tiny bit.
I think they're going to be fine. Mitts fit differently than gloves.
Well, they're mittens, too, so I guess you want
Yeah.
them inside to
Yeah, mittens
spread
fit
your
totally
fingers.
different. Yeah, you're good.
So that's how much I have done.
And like you said, you want them to be looser than tighter.
You can always felt them a little bit, just a little bit.
I wouldn't.
But we'll see. We'll see how they turn out. But I haven't. This is one of those.
You're good.
This is one of those projects where I have to like stare at it the whole time.
Well,
while
you
I'm
do
doing
have
it.
to pay attention.
And Kirsten taught us two-handed colorwork knitting. So I have to like stop and think. Okay, because I knit continental. So like with my right hand, I go like around like people do whenever they're first starting to learn English.
Mm-hmm.
And then continental, I'm super fast, and then I go around. So I just need to practice.
I think that is. I think it's just a matter of practice.
I actually have to practice to get good.
Well, we
at
were
it.
talking about that with the German twisted. I
Yeah.
was like going on and on about how, it's tedious, and you're like, oh, it's no big deal. And I'm like, well, long tail goes super fast, but putting that extra twist in it slows me down.
Yeah. So now we have some Throw Me Something, Mister.
Yes,
we
we
got
do.
some acquisitions this week. We placed a group Knitpicks order because Knitpicks has raised their minimum for shipping to $65, which, it is what it is. But we kind of got some people together
To get in on an order.
to get some
To get
free
the
shipping. So I just got these. Come on.
So they're all three the same?
They're all the same. Swish DK in their Wonderland Heather color. Don't blow out. There we go. Larry's best friends are having a baby in February.
I'm guessing it's a boy?
Yeah, but I'm not married to the whole like boys have to
No,
wear blue, girls
no.
have to wear pink thing. But I do think this is a really pretty color and it's very wintry to me.
Yeah, it's a really soft blue. I like it.
So I'm planning on knitting I can't remember the name of it. It's a staghorn cable. Maybe it's just a staghorn cable pullover.
I would knit the baby surprise jacket.
I was gonna make a cardigan or like a little jacket, but I'm worried about buttons.
Baby surprise jacket doesn't have any.
I thought it did.
Nope.
I want cables. So that's why I'm knitting the staghorn cables. But I was gonna do a cardigan, but I'm concerned about buttons. Just because I don't want to be the one responsible. Because I don't know anything about
cardigans
babies.
don't all have buttons.
But yeah, but I feel like a cardigan for a baby should have buttons. Because otherwise, what's the point?
I disagree.
Yeah. But I want to make a pullover. Is long story short. So I'm doing cables in this color. So
What size are you going to do?
well, the pattern has 1 to 6 month, which seems like a really big range.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do that one, but I knit loose. So I think, but then it won't be cold. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Not sure yet.
Yeah. No, there's no baby on earth that needs a jacket in April or May in
Well, that's
Louisiana.
why I was thinking maybe a cardigan, because then that could be something you layer.
Yeah.
And with babies, it's kind of a pain to pull things over their head sometimes, especially if they throw up on it. Babies do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan of babies. I don't have a lot of experience with babies.
I think that's more accurate.
And I'm happy with the lack of experience with babies. I have as much interaction with babies as I want to have. Let's put it that way. So I'll knit stuff for them because they're cute.
Sure. So absolutely.
Yeah, cables. I'm just
with
cables
babies.
Lately.
You technically want easy on, easy off.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want big holes for the heads. So you're not, pulling things over a screaming kid. A lot of times you do like the little wrap kimonos. Those are cute. Have you seen those?
The way people talk about babies makes me really not want babies. Like, we were talking about this with Mina when we met up with her.
Mm-hmm.
We met at the Knitting Expat, but like, I don't know, the way people talk about babies make them sound horrible. So,
I don't know. What do you mean?
Like, y'all were talking about, I don't want to go into it, but I don't know.
We were talking more about being pregnant.
Yeah. No, I'm good. No, thank you.
I don't know. When people are pregnant, when you're pregnant, people seem to tell you all their horror stories. And we were talking about that. About why do people do that?
Yeah.
And I've never understood that. Because any other condition you have, people don't come up to you and tell you all the horrible things that happen to them, or their friend, or their friend's friend. Or I've never understood that.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. That's what I don't get.
Have personal experience with that, but still.
Like I'm in the boot. People didn't come up and tell me horrible boot stories, or
Lori did say that she burned hers.
Well, no, that's a good boot story because she was glad that she was out of it and never wanted to see it again.
Yeah.
I didn't burn mine, but it's in the back of the closet.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So I think that'll be cute.
Yeah, I think it'll be cute.
I think they'll appreciate it.
I've never knit a full baby sweater. I've knit booties and I've knit hats, but I've never knit a full sweater. So.
Yeah, I usually do booties or hats.
Mm-hmm. You got something? Throw me something, mister?
I do. I ordered some yarn from Query Fiber, and I love me some self-striping, so of course that's what this is, and this is called Witches Bridges.
That's so cute!
And it is a Halloween skein.
I'm so jealous. I wish you would come and woke me up whenever you ordered this, because I really...
You talked about Lori buying things at 3 a.m. That is my shopping time, too.
I just bought something from her today. She has some Harry Potter colorways.
Yeah, she has some beautiful self-striping. And self-striping, I never feel guilty about buying it, because Robin doesn't dye self-striping. So, yeah, I am all about the self-striping.
When are you going to cast it on?
Probably in October sometime.
I was looking at my stash thinking I want to do some Halloween socks.
That might be what I take to Rhinebeck.
I think if I do Halloween socks, maybe I'll do the Welcome to Night Vale one.
Mm-hmm.
This one? That one. The purple one. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta think about it.
Yeah. So I haven't really given it a lot of thought. I mean, it just came. But Halloween is coming up, so...
Oh, yeah, it is.
Maybe I will do those.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe those will be my Rhinebeck.
Halloween is the best holiday.
I like Halloween.
Objectively, it's the best holiday.
No, I like Christmas better. And Thanksgiving. So they would be like number 3 for me. Yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Okay. Beg to differ.
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's like way up there. It's like way above like Labor Day.
Whose favorite holiday is Labor Day?
I don't know. People who get off?
Yeah, maybe. Well, like, people get off for Christmas, so.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of holidays that St. Patrick's Day is okay.
That's because we're not Irish.
Well, also I'm past the stage of getting my drink on. So.
I am too, and I'm 26.
So, I don't know, back in the day. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all of our Throw Me Something Misters. So we do have a question for our viewers this week. So Robin and I are starting to make some plans for Rhinebeck.
Plans are made. We're going.
Well, in terms of what we're putting on our wish list. The vendor vendor list was released, and so we've been going through, or at least I know I have been. I've been going through and seeing who's going to carry what and what am I looking for, and so Robin's like, I don't know what I want. And so I'm like, well, hey, let's ask the viewers. What if you are going to a Fiber Fest, what would be on your wish list? What are you looking for? I know a lot of people are looking for sweater quantities of yarn, or they're looking for something very specific.
You know what's stupid and I've done this before, is I look at vendor lists for fiber fests I know I'm not going to. Like, I looked at the one for Edinburgh this year, and I'm like, I would buy this and this and this and this, but I'm not going. And to the one that I'm going to, I can't decide on what I want.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Oh, I've done that. I've done it a couple of times.
I'll look to see who's going, just out of curiosity, but then I don't make a wish list.
Well, like, if I was going, this is what I would get.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done that.
I have.
Okay, well, pretend like you're not going to Rhinebeck. So anyway, what would you get? What is something that you would be shopping for?
I know for sure I want a loop bump, because that's something I've wanted for a while. And her selection on her website isn't always, like, she doesn't seem to have ones that I really, really like in the times that I've looked. I've seen ones that I've loved that have sold out. Mm-hmm. But whenever I go, it seems like she doesn't have ones that I'm really drawn towards. But I'm sure she'll have a lot at Rhinebeck.
Well, I'm guessing that maybe what goes in the shop are things that haven't sold at the shows. So what she has at the shows are so beautiful, they're gone, so they don't make it to the shop.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Every time I think about buying a sweater quantity, I think about how much cheaper it would be if I just dyed the yarn myself. Because that's what I was looking at. Because I was going to get a sweater quantity from Neighborhood Fiber Arts.
Neighborhood Fiber Company.
Neighborhood Fiber Company, thank you. But it'd be like, I could spend this much, or I could dye it myself. Like,
sure, I see where you're coming from.
It's a struggle.
But most people are not dyers.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of, like, things that I really want that I can't do
that you're
myself.
not going to do yourself. One of the things I'm looking for is I'm kind of looking for some fiber-related art. I have a blank wall, well, not as blank now, but a wall that's behind the chair that I usually sit in that has been blank for a year and a half. And I want to start putting up some, fiber-related things up there, or Harry Potter-related. So I've got one of each right now up there. So I know that there's going to be a couple artists, and so I just would kind of want to go and look and see what they have to see something that grabs my eye. Mm-hmm. I'm always interested in looking at soap vendors because I love handmade soap.
Yeah, that's fun.
So there'll be quite a few of those, as well as people who make really nice lotions for your hands and things like that.
We're gonna get some apple cider donuts, I'm sure.
I mean, they're gonna have what's interesting about this festival too is they're gonna have, it's not just gonna be fiber. There's a lot of food and wine people. And so there's going to be a cheese maker, and there's people who are selling different kinds of meats, and there'll be people who sell spices and things like that. So those are kind of things that I'm kind of interested in looking at too, just because it's not something that you necessarily see at a regular event or anything, just getting maybe something that's local to the area.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
That'd be fun.
So, yeah.
But I'm going to a Fiber Fest. I want to get some yarn. So.
Oh, well, that's going to happen.
We are going to Indie Untangled. I'm trying to think of who's going to be there.
Yeah, but we're going later in the day because we were at SSK when they opened up the tickets.
The registration,
the registration for the tickets, and so we did not didn't remember to set that alarm to jump on that. Yeah. So I think we're going. What is it? 5 to 7. I think it's 5 to 7 what we have tickets for, because I think it's like the second to last time period.
Yeah.
So,
but not the free one, huh?
No, we're the one above that. But the free one's only for an hour. Yeah. So, but anyway,
there's nothing that I have to have.
No, there is absolutely nothing that I have to have. The only thing that I have to do is I have to go and enjoy myself. Yeah. I'm excited about seeing people. I'm excited to see what people are wearing. I'm excited about just being there. If I go...
You go for the experience,
I think if I go and I don't buy anything, like that would happen. But if I didn't buy anything, I think I'd be upset. I wouldn't be upset because I would be there.
Yeah. I want to see some dogs. I want always dogs.
I want to see the leaping llamas. I want to see the dogs. I want to see the different kinds of... I do. I want to go to all the animal-y stuff, too.
I'm trying to sell Larry on going to Rhinebeck. And I'm like, Larry, they have dogs. Like, Larry couldn't see dogs here.
I think he would really enjoy it.
I do, too.
Because it's not just... after you go to Rhinebeck, that whole area is just beautiful.
Well, he's a photographer, too, so he would like...
Oh, he'd enjoy
going around and taking pictures and all that stuff, but...
No, he would have a good time.
Larry, they have dogs. That's not a big sell for him, for some reason.
If you read the group, the Rhinebeck group, people are talking about the puppies that sometimes they have there. And... you could just park him in the puppy booth for 2 days.
I have a fondness for collies because we used to have a collie growing up. Jasmine. So she was a rough collie, but I do still love border collies too. But
just any kind of herding dog.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll be super fun. And I'm talking about this now, but I'm sure I'll come home with an armload of yarn that I didn't need.
It'll probably be obnoxious because it's like when you see it, it jumps in your hand. I mean, it's not like you can say no.
Yeah.
Get out of my hand. Jenny the Potter, you know you want something there.
Yeah, but I don't want to fight the crowds. That's part of the thing too. Is I'm trying to decide like, what's my like willingness to fight the crowds versus my enjoyment.
Yeah,
you know?
She's supposed to have some cool earrings. That's what I'm looking for from her. Is some cool earrings.
I do like earrings.
Yeah, so that's another thing I'm looking for. So it's not necessarily fiber related.
Yeah.
If like anybody has some really cool jewelry, I'm in for that.
Yeah, but we're set to go. Flights are booked. Hotel was booked this time last year.
Yep. Cars rented.
So we're ready.
Yep.
We're on it. That's our. I was gonna say that's the last trip of the year, but it's not. We have 2 more after that. I forgot.
Yeah. Anyway,
a lot of traveling this year.
So let us know. What would you buy if you were going to a Fiberfest, or if you are going to a Fiberfest, what are you looking for?
Yeah. A lot of people come with projects in mind, which is probably the best way to do it.
I do that, and I probably will do that. If I'm looking for certain colors.
Yeah.
And I know that, and you tell me this all the time, like if I'm looking for a certain color and you're like, I could dye that for you, and I know you could dye that for me, but I don't want you to have to not do what you already have planned to do and create a whole new color because this is exactly what I'm looking for. If somebody else already has it.
My thing with you is that I owe you so much yarn. I feel like you should get anything you want at this point. But
I don't mind it if it's something you've already created, but like if it's something that you don't already have, then I don't want you to have to go spend your time doing a special order. Anyway. So, yeah. So, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Pretty short, but that's all the knitting content that we have. I am going to show what went into my fairly substantial shop update tonight, which was 3 hours ago. So, I think there's still a little bit of everything left.
Yes, today is Friday, September the 7th.
Yes, it is.
Tonight would have been when Robin did her shop update.
It was when I did the shop update.
At 5, and it is now 8:09.
So I will show what went into the shop, so if that does not interest you, then please feel free to leave. But if you do want to see what went into the shop, then stick around for another 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes.
However long it takes.
So one of the big ticket items for this shop update is a kit. I actually have all of these in here. Lynn at Sunshine and Bubblegum is a wonderful local friend.
How cute these are.
And also a fellow Potterhead. So,
do you need me to take one of these out?
No, I think I can show it in the back. I can show this one in the back. So we did a kit. So each kit comes with a bag by Lynn, drawstring, very cute. Has that cute little mauve tea party on there.
Yeah, I got tea.
She made, look how cute. Did you see these?
I know, those are adorable.
It's a little rock, just gonna get some glare, hang on. It's a stoneware mug. There it is. With rock cakes. Let's see if you can see them on this side. Ugh. There's a better one. Yeah.
Let me hold them up for you.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. So it's a little mug with tea and some rock cakes in there. And then it includes a sock set from me in the new Tea at Hagrid's colorway. So the mauve skein is Tea at Hagrid's, and then this one is rock cakes.
So the rock cakes is for the heels and toes?
Yes, and these are in both my shop and in Lynn's shop. I think we had 12 total. I know I have 3 left.
I will link to Lynn's shop in the show notes.
She is Sunshine and Bubblegum on Etsy. So that is our kit. Sorry for the crinkling. Look how cute the inside fabric is. I love her. She picks the best contrast.
Yeah,
fabrics.
Lynn has a very good eye.
Yeah. So also in this update, we did potions kit mini skein sets, potions making kits.
Because you know the year is getting ready to start at Hogwarts.
Well, semester already started. You already started.
Well, then you should have already bought your potions kit.
This is for people who forgot to get their potions kits.
Snape will be upset.
Exactly. Because he's a turd.
You're not prepared.
That's actually a World of Warcraft quote meme, but could be Harry Potter too. So this is the potions making kit mini skein set. It's hard to hold all these.
Why don't you hold some and I'll hold some?
Here we go. So the set comes with 8. Obviously, I haven't packaged them yet. Otherwise, they come a lot neater than this. They come in a little
Well, you
baggie.
don't have them packaged so you can show them better.
Yes. So this is Salamander Blood, Griffin Claw, Bubotuber Pus. How would you say that?
I would say it that way.
Bazor. I want to say Bezor, but I think it's Bazor. Boomslang Skin, Wolfsbane, Acromantula Venom, and Lionfish Spines. So everything you need to make your potions for this year at Hogwarts.
Now, you said you had some of these on full skeins?
Yes. I have a limited number. I only had 2 extra of each. And I don't have Acromantula because I didn't grab it. But
which one's Acromantula?
The neon and gray.
Okay, so there is a full skein of
Just
this
imagine that.
In a full skein.
4 times bigger.
Like blow that puppy up.
Yeah. This is Boomslang Skin.
So which is the same as this one?
Yes. And then this one is Wolfsbane.
Which is the same as this one.
And I love this one. I find this one, this is kind of a one-off, not a one-off, but like, I just threw an extra one in whenever I was dyeing the minis. But now it kind of goes with everything, so I kind of want to make this a regular colorway, but we'll see. But I really love it. So it's very kind of grungy, which I really love. So that is Wolfsbane. Trying to decide what next. The new colorway for this update, this was the Harry Potter Club release. So this is Keeper of the Keys. This was May's colorway of the month for the Harry Potter Club.
So now available in the shop.
Now available in the shop. Keeper of the Keys.
That's really pretty.
I love this one. This is another one that goes with everything. But like, look at those together. I love that. Keeper of the Keys I have on Soft Sock and I have on Tough Sock, and I think I have one on DK if it hasn't sold yet. So in terms of the restock, I'm going to do these as I pull them out. I have Troll in the Dungeon, which was that October Harry Potter Club colorway from last year. I have Voices Through the Veil. I think there's only one of these left unless it's sold while we were talking. Voices Through the Veil. This one always goes quick. Parcel Tongue, which is a Slytherin colorway. I have
this one.
Yeah. Yours is a little bit lighter. They kind of vary. Death Day Party, which is an old favorite.
Oh, God, I love that color.
Yeah, this one is probably one of the ones I've sold the most of. That one and Owlery. Man's Greatest Treasure, which, like, look at these 3 together.
Ooh.
I love that. I would do a fade with, I'm in a fading mood. I don't know if y'all can tell. I would do like this with Wolfsbane, Delacour, Keeper of the Keys. No, this one.
I was going to say, yeah.
Voices Through the Veil, Wolfsbane, Delacour, Keeper of the Keys, and Man's Greatest Treasure. Look at that, y'all. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Wish you had that before I started doing my fading point.
I owe you yarn. I can give you,
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want 2 fading points, but I did want a purple to gold.
There's more fades. Stephen West is doing a new, I don't know if his is a fade. There's the What the Fade if you want to do brioche. That's a 6-color fade. There is the Dotted Ray Speckled Fade that I'm doing. That's 6 colors. So there's more patterns.
Oh, I know that.
Do you know there's more patterns? Delacour. I think I just showed that one. This is Frolicking Felines, which is inspired by Dolores Umbridge's plate collection that have kittens on them, which cracks me up.
Frolicking Felines. Yeah,
we do, but they're not
on plates.
Evil. They're not on plates. This is Veritas Serum, which was the June colorway for last year. And this one gave me trouble for the longest time, but I think I finally worked out the kinks. But it's so much fun. I love this one so much. It's very Halloween-y to me, but not like traditional like orange and black Halloween-y. And then this is a new colorway, excuse me. This one is called Into the Pensieve. Pensieve or pensive? How would you say that?
I say pensive, but I think they say pensieve.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I haven't watched the movies in a very long time because I'm not a fan of the movies as much as the books, but either way you say it, pretend that's how I say it. How does Stephen Fry say it, yeah. Pensieve. He says Malfoy. Like he says with the emphasis on the foy.
Mm-hmm.
And it kills me every time. I don't know why, because I'm so used to it being Malfoy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's Stephen Fry, he can do what he wants. But yeah, into the pensieve. And this, y'all, this is going to be this sweater. This sweater in these colors. What do you think?
I like it.
I like it too. I'm going to do them dyed to order, I think. Probably at the end of the month after I get my last bit of the wholesale orders out and after Fiber Fun and the Sip. So if you like, again, these two.
I'm thinking I might need those two for Lisa Hanna's shawl.
I love them. Oh my goodness. So this Voices Through the Veil and Into the Pensieve. So they're both kind of like
going into another dimension, so to speak.
Yeah. So that is most of what went into the Harry Potter shop update tonight. I will probably have a mini update next week. Probably do Sprinkle Spice Latte, maybe some Impressionist Mystery Into the Long Kits because those have sold out. And then I won't have a shop update the week after because that'll be Fiber Fun and the Sip. So the next big shop update will be
after that,
the 28th, I think.
The weekend after Fiber Fun.
Yeah. So, Harry Potter clubs.
October.
Yeah, Harry Potter clubs for October are currently in the shop, as well as the fourth quarter 3-month subscription. So if you want to go ahead and make one purchase and get October, November, and December in one fell swoop, that is where you can do it. You can do it now. It's not one of those things that I keep up, like it's done in September. And then in December, I'll do January, February, March. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you want a 3-month subscription, you need to get it this month. Or you can continue to buy the 1-month subscriptions as you go. Some people like to do that so they can get different bases every month. So, as usual, the shop will be linked down below.
Did you want to talk anything about updating the website?
I updated the website just a little bit. I had a lot of people who wanted to use the search function, and it was kind of hidden at the bottom. So the new template, it's at the top right, and I've also been able to put in a function that lets you sort by in-stock and out-of-stock items, because people like to see the out-of-stock items so they know what I can bring back in the future. But if you only want to shop what you can currently purchase, you can click in-stock. So,
makes sense.
Yeah. It's in the shop all menu. You can toggle that right there. Or you can shop by base. So I hope that's a little more functional. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have, huh?
I think so.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. And thank you for listening to our Rhinebeck talk. We're very excited. I don't know if you can tell. We will see y'all next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.